All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am Paula G, and this is Survival Radio Network. We are at the Atlanta Marriott Marquis for the Dream Project 2016, and we're here with Tiana Patrice,
Yes.
who is one of the presenters for the workshop this morning, How to Achieve Success as a Mompreneur. She is also an author of 52 Shades of Fearless. There's 52 shades, and she's going to share hopefully some of them with us.
Absolutely, I will.
How are you, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So share with us a little bit about this book, how it came to be.
Oh, wow.
What inspired you?
Oh, well, goodness. That's about 3 questions in one, and I'm ready to dive into it. Well, 52 Shades of Fearless was actually a vision that was given to me, and I wrote that book in one of the saddest seasons of my life. Now, back up just a little bit. My purpose and who I am at my core is to help push women through their fear. There's so much life to live on the other side of your fear, right?
Absolutely.
And so what I do, part of my purpose is planting the seeds. I used to say I push women in their purpose, and then I realized I can't push anyone into anything. What I do is I plant the seed for women to be able to start to think more about their purpose and the things that they can achieve. And so 52 Shades of Fearless, I actually wrote that book in 2 months. I managed the design, and it hit Amazon bestseller on the bestsellers list in 2 categories in the first weekend of sales.
Excellent.
In 2 months. So that process only took me 2 months. And so I realized in that season that I was in, I had just lost my grandmother. My grandmother is actually, one of the women that raised me. And so it was almost like losing a mom. And so I didn't want to work with anyone. I was working with one-on-one coaching at the time. I didn't want to work with anyone. I didn't know my purpose anymore. Well, in that season, I was confused.
Yes.
I was sad. I couldn't be creative. Right.
Yes.
And so it's hard to be creative when you're sad. And so I remember praying and saying, okay, God, what would you have me do in this season? And the vision that was given to me was just slow down. It's okay. It's okay just to take a step back. You know, you've done a lot. And so I started working on my book. And I know there's 52 weeks in the year. I wanted my book to be more a personal development, a year-long journey. You know, it's habitual. When we're afraid of things, it's a habit that we've formed. We form this habit of thinking that we don't deserve to live the life that we want to live. We form this habit of thinking that, we have to stay in this 9-to-5 that's only paying us $12 an hour. We form this habit of believing that. And so I wanted to have a book that stretched you beyond your wildest imaginations. And I knew it was going to take me more than a quick read to be able to do that. And so each week you go in and I tell my story. I share my story. I share client stories and testimonials in that book. And at the end of each chapter, you actually get to journal and you get to answer questions. So it's a year of me coaching you, through this period of you being afraid. The first thing that I do in the book is I start working on your mindset first. A lot of us go, I can't be an entrepreneur. I got to stay in this job because I'm broke. Well, you're broke if you think you're broke. So what can we say instead of saying I'm broke? Well, we can say I'm overflowing in abundance, And so you turn it around. It's just shifting your mindset. And so once I can get you to look at life differently, once I can get you to think differently, I can get you to boldly declare the great things that lie ahead of you, then that's when I can get you to start moving and taking action on the other side of your fear. So that's what 52 Shades of Fearless is all about.
Wow, excellent. So what does the Dream Project mean to you?
Wow. Well, I absolutely love the Dream Project. I'm a huge advocate for entrepreneurship and know that the Dream Project is a lot more than just for entrepreneurs, for people that are looking to develop professionally as well. But I have to tell you, last year was my first time ever attending the Dream Project, and I was an attendee. Front row, wide-eyed, just like some of the dreamers in there right now, getting it all in. And so I'm very grateful for the Dream Project because it gave me an opportunity to recharge myself. I came in under the notion of learning. I want to learn more. I want to grow more. I want to be able to be poured into so that I can continue to pour into my tribe and my community. And so that's why I came to the Dream Project. And from there, I attended a mastermind that was hosted by Tanisha, and it stretched me even more. And from there, I actually extended my company to more of a consulting company. The book was written. I hit selling author, and all of this in a year, a year's time. And so if I had to tell anyone, kind of 3 things of how to achieve success at the Dream Project, I would say definitely be present, immerse yourself. into the learning. Come with an attitude of learning. We know that we're
Fearless.
smart,
Yeah.
right? We know that we know, but you have to be able to be willing to learn new things. And the third thing would be to focus on building relationships. Don't just talk to people and say, "What do you do?" I care about what you do, Paula, but I really want to know about who you are, because that's what fuels what you do every day. So the Dream Project has definitely been very influential in my life, in my success. I mean, if I am here on this earth, you're going to find me at the Dream Project whenever it is.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you,
ladies and gentlemen. Tiana Patrice, and her book again is 52 Shades of Fearless.
Yes.
And this lady is fearless. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Have a great day.
You too.
Okay.
You